the Big Easy Basketball Podcast.
Today on the Big Easy Basketball Podcast, we have an absolute superstar, but also a real gentleman, both on and off the court. Brian Blake, welcome to the podcast.
Sir, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, Brian, we're going to jump straight into it today. Tell us a bit about your basketball journey.
Grew up in Seattle. I was raised out in New Orleans with my family as well. Started playing basketball when I was 3 years old. I was a kid that literally did everything, played all the sports. But basketball just stuck out to me. I think I realized that probably around middle school, but I still tried to play football. Basketball, man, it's brought me all over the world. Went to a different few colleges. Started off from high school. Went to high school in Seattle, Washington, Garfield High School. Then I went to junior college in Arizona. Transferred over to another junior college in Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, North Idaho. And then I committed early to a University of Idaho. I kind of think about this a lot throughout my career. I had an outstanding last year of my junior college career and could have went to a lot of different schools, but I committed early to a mid-major and stuck with it like I wanted to make my own path. Not a lot of guys made it out this professional or even to the NBA out of a mid-major, so I wanted to do that. 2 years at University of Idaho was amazing. And then I worked my tail off that summer season, my senior year, and played really good. Got a call up from the Cleveland Cavaliers, played in the summer league, did a mini camp with them, a half mini camp, and then I got my first professional offer over in Germany. Played in Germany for a year. Then that next season I went over to Greece, played in Athens in the Champions League. That third year I went over to Turkey, played in Turkey twice for my third and fourth year. Went over to went back to Germany. And then went to Italy after that, and then played 2 seasons here in Australia. Well, a half of season here. So this will be my first full season at Knox.
Yep. Now with Knox, what do you like about playing at Knox?
Knox is just a winning organization. If you look at my background, my resume, I'm a winner. I've probably won at every level that I played at. And I take pride in that. With winning comes with a lot of work ethic, how you carry yourself as a professional, and how you treat the community. And with Knox being the outstanding organization that they are, it just was a perfect fit, for a person like me that's ambitious, that wants to, teach, wants to learn, that wants to strive and, fight for a championship. I think Knox it's outstanding. I can't talk about any other programs because I've only been with Knox, but it's just a championship organization, and that's something that I want to be a part of.
Yep. Now, this season, you obviously had your injury last season where you ended up becoming an assistant coach sort of role and mentor to the young players. What's your goals this season for yourself?
Man, first of all, is just to stay healthy, continue to build my strength on and off the court. I'm finally starting to get my legs up under me and feel like myself again. It's been a while for that. Unfortunately, my first game last year tore my Achilles. So, it took me – I was getting ready to be done with basketball after that, because this was my second big injury. And during that time, I had lost my brother to murder. So it was a lot of stuff mentally going on through my head. And throughout that negative time, I found a positive with, helping, giving back to the guys, coaching, giving my knowledge back, helping Coach Matt, which we have a good relationship with. And, it was just, it was tough. And, I knew that it was going to be a long road to get to where I am now. But I stuck through it. And, now I'm starting to feel like myself and being able to put back-to-back days together, working out, practice, and gradually as I start to get better, we still got about, I think, 16, 17 games left or something. So, just try to get back in my rhythm. I know what type of player I am. I'm an energy guy. I love to give energy, love to play defense. I can score the ball whenever I want to, 3-level score. But at this point in my career right now, it's just about making sure that I'm healthy and getting to the level that I know I can play at and produce on this team.
Okay, to talk, just for our listeners, just getting back to the getting over the injury, what did your week look like for you during that time from a recovery point of view, first of all? Like, you had a major injury, so what did your week look like during that recovery period?
Man, it was maybe about six days throughout the week to where I'm doing something and I only got one day off. It sounds like a lot, but, to where I'm completely off and I'm not doing anything. But let's say, I'm lifting probably every day of the week. Really couldn't touch the court as much as I would like to, just because of the injuries and, the protocols of staying off your feet, making sure you're not doing too much. Because I have a habit, if I get in the gym, I'm going to go shoot 1,000 shots or 500. When they tell me to shoot 200, it's like impossible for me. So, not necessarily much in the gym, but lifting weights, physical therapy, massage work, pool therapy, stuff for myself, doing things at home, stretching band, TKEs, just like throughout that whole time, I also got a chance to learn a lot about my body and learn how the connecting muscles connect to different things. So working on the little muscles to help me, prevent injuries from everything else, so it was busy. 6 a.m. lifting in the mornings, sleeping, ice chamber, sauna, doing a little bit of everything, trying everything I can to get back on the court, so it was packed for 6 days for sure.
Definitely. Now that you're back on the court and you're playing, what are your game day habits?
Yeah, well, shoot, my first game was last week and it got kind of sprung onto me a little early, so I wasn't able to get into my routine, but this week will be actually my first real home game and my first game back. So I get to wake up and have my game day routine, make a parfait, yogurt parfait in the morning. Like to have my moments of silence throughout the day, stretch, take a nap, shower, play some music, listen to my brother, and get locked in for the moment.
And that's your game day. Do you have any quirky habits there that might... little superstitions or anything like that?
So Deion Sanders is my favorite athlete of all time. If you know him, he always put his uniform out before he play, and like how he's looking on the how he gonna look on the field. So I'm a big shoe guy. I've lost count of how many shoes I got. So I may pick out what shoes I want, or I might bring 2 pairs. Just because I don't like the way these feel or something. So I'll probably say that, but. Not too much. No,
You're putting out different pairs of shoes with.
It's a hard decision which kicks. I like it because they're nice, but I'm also for comfort. So whatever ones are comfortable to me, then that's the ones I'm gonna play in.
Okay, rather than just look good.
I'm always look good though.
You do. Now, what advice would you give the young athlete wanting to become the next Brayon Blake?
Well, that's a good one. Man. I would just say stay consistent in the work. Sometimes, it may not show right then and there, but I'm a big testament to it. Stay consistent with the work. There's good days, there's bad days, there's in between. But one thing that I think as humans we start to lose sight of is that I'm a big believer in God. Grew up as a Christian, so. As my grandmother would say, we have to thank him every time we wake up in the morning, so we get another day to breathe and to be able to do what we love to do. So why not be purposeful in your day and, be consistent in your work, be resilient, be ambitious, listen, and shoot for the stars, man. That I think that was pretty much for me in my life. I grew up in poverty, grew up in the hood, grew up seeing a lot of different things, a lot of trauma, a lot of childhood trauma, and somehow I still was able to make it on the other side of it. And I think it was just because of the will of me and wanting to be something and wanting to take care of my family, because it's a beautiful thing when, you know, you go from struggling and you're the one to make it out. And now, you know, not even financially, but everybody looks up to you, you know, as motivation. So, you know, me being the motivation piece for my family is something that I really take serious and I love, you know. So, you know, if I'm telling a young kid, you know, how to be like me is, you know, continue to work. I don't, obviously because of injuries, but I don't think I will let anybody outwork me. You know, that's the mentality that I got. So, yeah, and just listen, you know. I pretty much, I didn't do nothing bad. I was a bad kid, but, you know, around my mom and stuff, I ain't listen. But nah, listen to your folks, listen to the people in front of you. You know, don't let it go one ear and out the other. Actually you know, be a sponge to the people that are around you, you know, that have been to places that you're trying to go. Be a sponge. And try to imply into your life.
The shot clock.
Now, here's a little bit of fun bit here, mate.
Okay. I like fun.
Yeah, here we go. Did you have a nickname?
Oh, man, that's funny. I mean, it's just BJ. So my real name is Brayon. My middle name is Jamar. But given that I started my career in Europe and they don't speak English that good, they were always mispronouncing my name, like always, you know. So I was just like, hey, call me BJ. And that's when BJ started to come apart.
Stuck.
Yeah. I ain't going to say what my mom called me, though. Nah, I ain't doing that.
You got to share that.
Nah. I ain't doing that.
All right. Well, speaking of not doing much, are you into reality TV shows?
You know, I'm really not a reality TV show guy. I pretty much watch sports all day. I know it's probably boring to others, but it's amazing for me. I watch a lot of sports. I'm big on every sport. You know, I'm tapped in on a lot of different things. But I did. I watched like Snowfall. Snowfall was pretty good. That was one of the good shows. And like Power and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm on YouTube watching fisherman videos and stuff like that, outdoors, or watching sports.
You mentioned you play hockey. What position did you play?
Oh, man, I ain't played no damn hockey.
Oh, you said you followed hockey?
Yeah, I followed hockey, yeah. I wish I would have played, but you got to be a little tougher for that.
I think you're pretty tough, but that's all right. If you're a sitcom character, what would your catchphrase be?
Yeah, I thought about this when you guys sent me this too. I was like, I don't know. I don't even Can you give me an example of one? Like, what's a good example?
Oh, everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. I don't even know. Honestly, I would use that one probably. Everything's bigger in Texas.
We'll let you off the hook on that one. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Oh, wow. Damn, my Aussies don't kill me for this, though, but the Vegemite. That was a little bit strange for me.
It is strange.
and how I tried it, you know, they say you got to put it on like some toast and with some butter and stuff. So I call her my little sis out here. She's here in Australia, but she gave it to me like on a knife.
Ooh,
you know, just straight up.
Yep.
and it made me never like Vegemite. Like I've tried it again afterwards. It was okay, but
the trick is toast, lots of butter, and just a little bit of Vegemite.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. So for me, that was my strangest thing I've ever had. It's, you know, no knock against it though.
That's all right. As long as you're not picking on Tim Tams, we'll let you have a go at the Vegemite.
Hey, Tim Tams, man, I had to. Whew.
They're not bad, are they?
Them white chocolate ones. Wow.
If you were an Avenger, you've applied for a role in the Avengers.
Yeah.
You get rejected though. What's your boring superpower that you have that got rejected, and what would your character name be?
Damn. I'm a big fan of Hulk, so I don't know. If I want to be around the Hulk, so if he's strong, then I got to be like smart or something, so I can be his sidekick or, you know, something like that.
So your superpower is you're smart enough to tell the Hulk what to do while he's angry.
Yeah, okay. I like that. All right, like some mind tricking, like, you know, let me trick your mind a little bit.
That's actually not bad. That's a good superpower to have. What would the hero name be?
It's a good one. Hulk. I don't know. Like Minecraft or something.
Minecraft's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's sort of like a...
That was basic, but
Yeah.
I ain't thinking. My thinking cap not on.
That's
right
it.
now,
You're not thinking for the mind trick.
Yeah,
okay. Now, if you had a sidekick as an animal, what would the animal be?
Ooh, that's a good one. My favorite animal is a monkey. I like monkeys. So I couldn't put a monkey, though, because we got to go to war, you know? So I'm like a leopard or a lion or something. You said what would his name be?
Yeah. No, just the sidekick. That's all right. We can have
okay.
it just... Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Or like a gorilla. Man, have you been seeing this on the internet? You know, they'd be like, choose 100 guys to fight one gorilla.
The gorilla's going to win.
Gorilla going, he's going to do what he do. So I don't know. It probably would have to be one of the strongest ones in the Amazon for sure.
Yeah.
So he'd be right there on my sidekick for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If you're a DJ, you become a famous DJ now. What's your tag name?
Yeah. It'd probably be like DJ Be Cool. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that is nice.
You got to be cool. That's how you're going to say it.
Even
too.
the way you said that.
Yeah,
too,
that's how you're going to say it. DJ Be Cool.
Now, your current teammates, which one of them's going to forget something?
Oof. Which one's going to forget something? Like something on their personal?
Yeah,
or
like
just...
they forget to bring their uniform or their shoes or themselves, perhaps.
Well, pretty much everybody good on the team, I don't know. I ain't going to smut nobody out. I don't know. I ain't going to do that.
Fair enough. That's all right. They're all very responsible players. That
Yeah, we good. We straight.
All right. What's your best excuse for missing practice?
I don't miss practice, so that don't happen.
The perfect answer.
Yeah, that don't happen.
That's all right. Now, Brian, it's been an absolute delight. You're a delight to have around the club. I've heard so many good things about you. Every time I've met you, you've got a smile on your face.
Sir.
I've seen you play and so impressed with the way you go about yourself.
Sir.
Thank you very much for being a guest today.
Appreciate you guys for having me, man. Thank you.
Thank you.